Next on BGSU Brain Game, it is finale time. Pandora-Gilboa versus Lima, Shawnee. I think we better get ready for a maelstrom of the mind, some cranial karate, and a brain battle beyond belief. Only one team can leave victorious. Who's it gonna be? Only one way to find out. BGSU Brain Game, the finale, starts right now. And welcome to BGSU Brain Game, the finale. Let's meet our teams with our starting lineups, starting with Pandora-Gilboa, led by Coach Recker. In slot number 1, we have Jacob, a sophomore. In slot number 2, we have Chase, a senior. And in slot number 3, we have Holiday, a freshman. Now for Lima, Shawnee, and their starting lineup, led by Coach Young. In slot number 1, we have Shashank, a senior. In slot number 2, we have Andrew, a senior. And in slot number 3, Salah, a senior. Welcome to all of our players. Before we get started, I encourage you all that are watching, please take a look at the credits at home, because that is truly Team Brain Game. And all of WBGU, I love you. To the students, to all of the students who participated this year, it has been a privilege and a blessing to be a part of your journey. Thank you for being here. Thank you to all of our teams. It's time to get to the finale. Let's get right to it. We start off, as we always do, you know as well as I do at this point, with the toss-up round. In this round, there are 10 questions. They are worth 10 points apiece. No deduction for an incorrect answer, so you can play a little bit looser on your buzzer. You may confer before buzzing in, and you can steal a question in this round. Lima, Shawnee, Pandora-Gilboa, are you ready for the finale?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Starts right now. Named after an English king, this early Virginia capital city has been in, that would be Lima, Shawnee. Salah.
Jamestown.
Incorrect. Has been in modern times restored to its colonial roots. That would be Chase for Pandora-Gilboa.
Georgetown.
Incorrect. Williamsburg is what we needed there. The Declaration of Independence says that we have rights that cannot be sold or surrendered to anyone else. What do we call these rights? That would be Pandora-Gilboa. Chase.
Unalienable.
Unalienable is correct. On the board. The Battle of the Thames, Battle of Lake Erie, and the Battle of Horseshoe Bend all took place during which war involving, that would be Pandora-Gilboa. Chase.
The War of 1812.
Correct. In addition to his heroic John Carter of Mars series, Edgar Rice Burroughs also experienced great success with an earthly jungle hero character. Who was this character adopted in his youth by the she-ape Kala? That would be Pandora-Gilboa. Chase.
Tarzan.
Tarzan. Correct. Which 5-letter prefix from the Greek translates to over, above, or more than normal? The correct, that would be Lima, Shawnee. Andrew.
Super.
Incorrect. The correct response begins with the letter H. That would be Pandora-Gilboa. Jacob.
Hyper.
Hyper is what we were looking for there. Yes. 8-letter word beginning with the letter B. This verb means to leave something to someone else, as in, that would be Lima, Shawnee. Salah.
Bequeath.
Bequeath is correct. Lima, Shawnee on the board. What German battleship was sunk during World War II shares its name with, that would be Lima, Shawnee. Shashank.
The Bismarck.
The Bismarck is correct. What solvent having the chemical formula of C3H6O is used in, that would be Lima, Shawnee. Andrew.
Propanol.
Incorrect. Nail salons to remove, that would be Pandora-Gilboa. Chase.
Acetone.
Acetone is what we were looking for there, yes. In the United States, the president is elected to a 4-year term. How long is the term of the president elected in Portugal? Is it A, 3? Is it B, 5? Or is it 6C? That would be Lima, Shawnee. Salah.
B.
B is correct. 5 years. Which large, slow-moving sections of the lithosphere can Subduct, that would be Lima, Shawnee, Andrew.
Tectonic plates.
Correct. Tectonic plates. That is the end of the toss-up round. Let's take a look at our score. We have Lima, Shawnee at 40 points and Pandora-Gilboa at 50 points. We're off to an incredible start. Stick around. The risk and reward round is coming up next. Stay tuned. All right, we're here with Coach Young with Lima, Shawnee. Coach, it's been an incredible journey to get to this point. Tell us about your team. Give a shout out to the folks at home about your team.
You know, we've got 3 seniors on our team this year and 1 junior. They've worked hard for years, and this has been a great opportunity for them to be able to compete, and we're just happy to be able to come to WBGU and compete against some teams that we've never really seen before.
And welcome back to BGSU Brain Game, the finale. We have Pandora-Gilboa currently in the lead with 50 points and Lima, Shawnee right on their tails with 40 points. This is the risk and reward round. In this round, teams, you're going to get a shot at the same 10 questions. The first 9 are 10 points apiece, no deduction for an incorrect answer. The 10th question is the risk and reward question. We're going to give you a topic. You can risk up to 30 of your points in 5-point increments on that topic. You get it right, you get those points. You get it wrong or a non-answer, lose those points. But if you don't like the topic, simply pass. Head out the door with your 9 questions in your back pocket. Sound good? All right, Pandora-Gilboa, you're at 50 points. Lima, Shawnee, you're at 40. Pandora-Gilboa, you're going to be sticking around. Lima, Shawnee, off to isolation you go. All right, Pandora-Gilboa, are you ready for your risk and reward round?
Yes, sir.
Here we go. In what century did the construction of the Leaning Tower of Pisa begin? Was it the 10th century or the 12th century? That would be Holiday.
The 12th.
12th century is correct. Name the company whose stock market ticker symbol is AXP. That would be Jacob.
American Express.
American Express is correct. In Russian, it is called Ivan Grozny. What is the title of this ballet in English? Time. That would be Ivan the Terrible. Multiple choice question. Where in the body would you find the buccal glands? Buccal, by the way, is spelled B-U-C-C-A-L. Is it A, the neck, B, the cheek, mouth, or C, the brain? That would be Holiday.
The neck.
Incorrect. It is B, the cheek, mouth area. The ruins of Troy are located in what country? That would be Jacob.
Turkey.
Turkey is correct. Multiple choice again. In Major League Baseball, what is the maximum length of a legal bat? Is it A, 38 inches, B, 40 inches, or C, 42 inches?
I don't know.
That would be Chase.
40?
Incorrect. It's 42. With which form of creative expression would one associate the terms basting, darning, and whip stitch? That would be Holiday.
Sewing.
We will accept sewing, embroidery, or needlework. Spell the word liquefy. That will be Jacob.
L-I-Q-U-I-F-Y.
Incorrect. L-I-Q-U-E-F-Y. On which side of the heart is the tricuspid valve located? That would be Chase.
Left?
Incorrect. It is the right. Risk and reward time. The topic is measuring instruments.
15.
15 points on measuring instruments. What instrument is used to detect the velocity of a bullet? That would be Jacob.
Radar gun.
Will we accept radar gun? We cannot accept that. We needed either a shooting chronograph or just a chronograph or ballistic pendulum for that. Negative 15 points for that, but still a great round for you. That is the end of the risk and reward round for you. Let's clear your score. And now, Pandora-Gilboa, it's your time to head to isolation. All right, let's bring back in Lima, Shawnee. Lima, Shawnee, are you ready for your risk and reward round?
Yep.
Starts right now. In what century did the construction of the Leaning Tower of Pisa begin? Is it the 10th century or the 12th century?
I feel like it'd be 12th.
That would be Salah.
12th century.
12th century is correct. Name the company whose stock market ticker symbol is AXP.
I have no idea.
That would be Shawshank.
Apple.
Incorrect. American Express. In Russian, it is called Ivan Grozny. What is the title of this ballet in English?
Yeah.
That would be Salah.
Dance to the Sugar Plum Fairy.
Great guess, but unfortunately, no. It is probably the farthest thing from that. Ivan the Terrible, but great effort, great effort. Multiple choice question. Where in the body would you find the buccal glands? B-U-C-C-A-L is how buccal is spelled. That would be Lima, Shawnee. Salah.
The cheek.
That is cheek or mouth, yes. Didn't even need the multiple choice. The ruins of Troy are located in what country?
Yeah.
That would be Salah.
Turkey.
Turkey is correct. Multiple choice again. In Major League Baseball, what is the maximum length of a legal bat? Is it A, 38 inches? Is it B, 40 inches? Or is it C, 42 inches?
I have no idea. Sure.
That would be Salah.
38.
Incorrect, 42 inches. Which form of creative expression would one associate the terms basting, darning, and whip stitch?
Isn't it cooking?
That would be Salah.
Cooking.
Incorrect, needlework, embroidery, or sewing. Spell liquefy. That would be Andrew.
L-I-Q-U-I-F-Y.
Incorrect, L-I-Q-U-E-F-Y. On which side of the heart is the tricuspid valve located?
I have no idea.
That would be Salah.
The right.
The right side is correct. Risk and reward time. Our topic is measuring instruments. You can risk up to 30 points in 5-point increments, or you can pass.
15. We'll take 15.
15 points on measuring instruments. What instrument is used to detect the velocity of a bullet? Time, a shooting chronograph or a ballistic pendulum. That is the end of the risk and reward round for you. Great effort, but it's now time to clear your score. And let's bring back in Pandora-Gilboa. Come on in. All right, let's take a look to see where our teams stand. Lima, Shawnee is at 65 points and Pandora-Gilboa is at 75 points. 10 points still separate these teams. It is neck and neck. Things are going to start to warm up real fast, though, because coming up next is our category round where questions are worth 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30 points, and deductions start. Stay tuned. All right, we're with Coach Recker from Pandora-Gilboa. It's been an incredible season. Tell the folks at home, tell us about your team.
We have a great team this year. This is one of the best teams we've ever had. Our captain, Chase Otto, has been a 4-year starter for us on varsity, so we're just glad to take him out on a great note. And we have some great other juniors and underclassmen as well, so we're looking forward to good things to come, and just so proud of all that they've done this year, the way that they've grown as a group and individually, and just so proud of what they've accomplished.
Thanks, Coach. And welcome back to BGSU Brain Game, the finale. We have Lima, Shawnee at 65, Pandora-Gilboa at 75, a close competition indeed. Before we move on to our next round, let's welcome to Lima, Shawnee in slot number 1. It is Evan, a junior. Welcome to you. And welcome to all the rest of our returning players from the last round. All right, this is the category round. This is where the power shifts a little bit to you, our individual team players. There are 6 categories to choose from. Inside each category are questions worth 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30 points, but deductions start now. You go for 10, you're risking 10. You go for 20, you're risking 20. There is one double or nothing question hiding somewhere in there. It's double the points, no risk, could be a game changer. You never know. You may confer before buzzing in, not after, and you can steal a question in this round. Lima Shawnee at 65 points, you get to make the first selection.
We'll go acronyms for 10.
Acronyms for 10 points. I will give you an acronym used in business. You provide the meaning. YTD. That will be Lima Shawnee. Evan.
Year to date.
Correct. Lima Shawnee takes control.
My Ohio for 10.
My Ohio for 10 points. What is Ohio's state bird? That would be Pandora-Gilboa. Jacob.
The cardinal.
Cardinal is correct. Power shifts to Pandora-Gilboa.
Let's go with mythology for 20.
Mythology for 20. Who was the god of the sky and the creator of the world in Egyptian mythology? That will be Pandora-Gilboa. Holiday.
Ra.
Incorrect. Lima Shawnee, chance to steal. That would be Andrew.
Amun-Ra.
Incorrect. Horus is what we needed there. Pandora-Gilboa still in control.
Mythology for 15.
Mythology for 15 points. He was the love interest of Medea and the seeker of the golden, that would be Pandora-Gilboa. Holiday.
Jason.
Jason is correct, the seeker of the golden fleece. Pandora-Gilboa in the lead and in control.
Mythology 25.
Mythology now for 25 points. Who was the Roman goddess of the hunt? And that would be Pandora-Gilboa. Jacob.
Diana.
Diana is correct. Pandora-Gilboa in the lead, making a move.
Mythology for 30.
Mythology now for 30 points. In Egyptian mythology, who was the god of the Nile and fertility? That would be Pandora-Gilboa. Holiday.
Sobek.
Incorrect. Lima Shawnee, chance to steal. They are saying no. Time. Hoppy is what we needed there. Hoppy. Pandora-Gilboa still in control.
My Ohio for 20.
My Ohio for 20 points. How many presidents of the United States have, that would be Pandora-Gilboa? Chase.
4.
Incorrect. How many presidents of the United States have been from Ohio? That would be Evan.
5.
Incorrect. 8. Pandora-Gilboa still in control.
Ohio 15.
Ohio now for 15 points. How many seats are there in the Ohio Senate? That would be Lima Shawnee. Andrew.
33.
33 is correct. Lima Shawnee takes back control.
Acronyms for 15.
Acronyms for 15 points. This is the double or nothing question. What does ROI stand for? That would be Pandora-Gilboa. Chase.
Return on investment.
Return on investment is correct. Pandora-Gilboa takes back control.
Let's do games for 20.
Games for 20 points. A large brown bear named Blades is the mascot for what Boston professional hockey team? That would be the Bruins. Pandora-Gilboa still in the lead.
Arts for 20.
Arts and sciences for 20 points. Aesthetics is the study of what? That would be Pandora-Gilboa. Holiday.
Beauty.
Beauty is correct. Pandora-Gilboa in control.
Arts for 15.
Arts now for 15 points. What does a Geiger counter measure? That would be Pandora-Gilboa. Chase.
Radiation.
Radiation is correct. Pandora-Gilboa in control.
Arts and sciences for 25.
Arts and sciences for 25. The renowned artists Rousseau and Matisse share what first name? That would be Pandora-Gilboa. Holiday.
Henri.
Henri is correct. Pandora-Gilboa in control.
Arts and sciences for 30.
Arts and sciences now for 30 points. What gland creates epinephrine in humans? That would be Pandora-Gilboa. Holiday.
Pancreas.
Incorrect. Lima Shawnee, chance to steal. That would be Evan.
Hypothalamus.
Incorrect. The adrenals. Pandora-Gilboa still in control.
Games for 25.
Games for 25 points. Who is murdered in the game of Clue? That would be Pandora-Gilboa. Holiday.
Mr. Body.
Mr. Body indeed. Pandora-Gilboa still in control.
Games for 15.
Games for 15 points. How much money do you get for passing go? And that would be Pandora-Gilboa. Chase.
200.
$200 in Monopoly. Pandora-Gilboa in control.
Ohio for 25.
Ohio for 25 points. As of January 2024, how many electoral votes does that would be Pandora-Gilboa? Chase.
15.
Incorrect. Does the state of Ohio have? Lima, Shawnee, chance to steal. That would be Andrew.
18.
Incorrect. 17. Pandora-Gilboa still in control.
Arts and sciences for 10.
Arts and sciences for 10 points. What famous Greek statue has no arms? That would be Pandora-Gilboa. Holiday.
The Venus de Milo.
Correct. Pandora-Gilboa still in control.
Mythology for 10.
Mythology for 10 points. End of round. Let's take a look at our score. Pandora-Gilboa currently in the lead with 145 points, but it's never over till it's over. Coming up next, our brainstorm round where questions are worth 20 points apiece. Stay tuned. Here we go. All right, we're with Coach Recker from Pandora-Gilboa. You're in the lead right now going into the final round. What advice, tell the folks at home, what are you giving to your team right now?
Don't jump on the buzzer too quickly. Keep in mind the strategies that we prepared for in the final round, and rely on that knowledge that you have. And you're ready for this. You're prepared. So I'm confident in them.
Let's see what happens next. All right, we're here with Coach Young with Lima, Shawnee. We're going into the final round. Coach, your team is behind right now. What is your advice to them? Tell the folks at home, what are you telling your team?
I would just tell them to be confident in what they know and to be aggressive on the buzzers and do the best that they can.
All right, let's see what happens. And welcome back to BGSU. Brain game, slight scoring correction at the end of that last round. Pandora-Gilboa now has 140 points. Both teams have elected to stick with their lineups from the last round. This is it. This is the brainstorm round. All questions in this round are worth 20 points. Negative 20 points for an incorrect answer. You may confer before buzzing in, but no stealing. I repeat, no stealing in this round. We move immediately to the next question. Lima, Shawnee, Pandora-Gilboa, are you ready?
Yep.
Yes.
Brainstorm round starts right now. Name the person responsible for pioneering the vacuum tube. William Crookes. One of the oldest parliaments in the world that would be Pandora-Gilboa. Chase.
Iceland.
Iceland is correct, the all thing. The cities in this country include Napier, Christchurch, and that would be Lima, Shawnee. Andrew.
New Zealand.
New Zealand is correct. In a military parade, who carries the U.S. flag? That would be the color guard. Which U.S. state's nickname is the Sooner State? That would be Pandora-Gilboa. Holiday.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma is correct. In geometry, what name is given to coplanar circles that share the same center? That would be Pandora-Gilboa. Chase.
Concentric.
Concentric is correct. Identify this member of the percussion family composed of a series of wooden bars of decreasing length. That will be Pandora-Gilboa. Jacob.
Xylophone.
Xylophone is correct. In plants, through which small openings found on the leaves does transpiration take place? That would be Pandora-Gilboa. Holiday.
Stomata.
Stomata is correct. Which U.S. president drafted the 14 points? That would be Lima, Shawnee. Sala.
Wilson.
Wilson is correct. In which state would one find Beale Street Historic District and Graceland? That would be Pandora-Gilboa. Holiday.
Tennessee.
Tennessee, correct. The word least is the superlative form of what adjective? That would be Lima, Shawnee. Andrew.
Less.
Less is correct. What composer wrote The Magic Flute? That would be Pandora-Gilboa. Holiday.
Mozart.
Mozart is correct. In which human organ is the loop of Henle located? That would be Pandora-Gilboa. Jacob.
The kidney.
Kidney is correct. This is a small garden of plants growing within a glass container. That would be Pandora-Gilboa. Chase.
Greenhouse.
Incorrect. A terrarium is what we needed there. In what country is the novel Dr. Zhivago set? That would be Lima, Shawnee. Sala.
Russia.
Russia is correct. Soldier's Home and Big Two-Hearted River are the short stories of what American author? That would be Pandora-Gilboa. Jacob.
John Paul Gritton.
Incorrect. Ernest Hemingway. End of round. Let's take a look at our score. Lima, Shawnee 75, and our winner and champion with 260 points is Pandora-Gilboa. Let's give both these teams an incredible round of applause. In the spirit of good sportsmanship, let's come around, meet in the middle, shake hands, bump fists, come on around, and we will see you next season at the next BGSU Brain Game. Thank you so much for a great season. But now for the moment of truth. Coach Reger, Pandora-Gilboa, I present to you the Brain Game Championship Trophy. Let's give him a round of applause, Pandora-Gilboa.